We'll go ahead and get started with our post-race press conference for today's O'Reilly Auto Parts Challenge. We're joined by today's top finishing rookie, Kyle Larson, driver of the number 32 NTT Data Chevrolet. Kyle, talk about your runs, your best finish here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, a lot better than our last time here. Almost hitting the safety truck, but man, I thought we had a really good car after practice, which it was, but we just didn't have the speed that the top three had. I could run inside the top five there for a while, and then we got too loose on that long run, the second long run we had, and lost a lot of track position, and then was too tight that last run. But all in all, it was a decent day for the NTT Data Chevy. Would have liked to finish a little bit better, but we'll take a top 10 and try and do better at Phoenix next week, and then close off the season at Homestead.
Talk about what you take into tomorrow after a run like today.
Well, our car is handled totally different. Well, the two between the Nationwide and the Cup. Our Cup cars, we struggled all 2 days. Man, we were tight, loose, wrecking loose. Now we're driving okay, but don't have the speed. But it's gonna be a long race tomorrow, 500 miles. I'll get some good sleep tonight and drink lots of fluids and try and get the best finish I can tomorrow.
Any questions? Lee?
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Can you just talk a little bit about how you feel your progress is coming? I mean, no, Martinsville was rough, exiting early, but how do you feel the progress is going?
Well, I've gotten to do a lot of testing. I feel like we've been getting a little bit better. This weekend's been really frustrating over on that side of the garage. Man, it's been really bad. But Jimmy Eller's has made a lot of gains over there. So we'll see if we're better for tomorrow. It's gonna be a long race, I can tell you that.
Any other questions?
I thought you said you were bad at these things, Denny.
I got lucky.
Let me introduce our second place finisher, Denny Hamlin, driver of the number 20 Dollar General Toyota. It's his third runner-up finish at Texas Motor Speedway Nationwide Series competition. Denny, talk about your run there.
I thought, once we got clear there with 15 to go, I thought it was ours, but our car doesn't have a whole lot of frontline speed in it. It wasn't built for frontline speed. There's a lot of different ways to set these cars up, and we knew that we were going to have our hands full on that shootout. But still, we did a decent job. The 22 got a good run on us and kind of packed air on us into turn one and got us loose, and that was it. So I tried to make another run at them, but it just came up a little short. But proud of this whole Dollar General team. Appreciate the opportunity to come in here and race and be competitive. And obviously we're going to give Drew, our development driver, a great shot here these next two.
We'll go ahead and continue with questions. Stan?
Yeah, for Larson. Do you think you could have done better today had you not been spending the last 2 days, a day and a half, bouncing back and forth?
No, I think running the Cup car helps a bunch over here. When I come back to the Nationwide car, it's just so much slower that you can feel like you can drive it harder. So I think it showed a lot at Charlotte. I was really good there and was able to even qualify good. So I just think being used to that extra speed and getting laps on the track before we ever got on the track in the Nationwide car really helped out.
We're joined by today's third place finisher, Sam Hornish Jr., driver of the number 12 Worth Ford. It's his best career finish at Texas Motor Speedway. You're now 6 points back of Austin Dillon. Again, talk about maybe the momentum you take from a strong run like today.
Real good run to be able to come back from being a lap down. Guys, did a strategy call to be able to keep us on the to get us the wave around, and had to start at the back. And then even when we came down pit road, the yellow came out, so we had to go to the back of the longest line or back of the lead lap car. So really proud of all the guys at Penske Racing, the work that they do, not only on the race cars, but setups and things like that, and just try to stay calm and work our way back up there and we over tightened the car up when we got down to the very end, and just didn't have enough of anything to do anything with Denny or Brad at the end. But it's fun going out there and racing, and had an opportunity to make it 3 wide there for the lead. Thought better of it.
Thank you.
We're going to continue with questions.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Denny, did you learn anything about the tires that you might be able to use tomorrow, or you think that we're going to have issues in tomorrow's race?
I don't think so. Typically, as this track rubbers up to where it gets better, and you'll never, ever hear me complain about a tire that wears out. So they can wear out in 20 laps. That'd be fine with me.
Chris? All right. Over here, Jerry.
Jerry Fraley, Dallas Morning News for Sam, please. Sam, did you cut enough off the lead today to increase your confidence that maybe you can catch Austin?
I mean, we did what we could do. We took care of ourselves. We had a decent run. We came back. It didn't look like we were going to gain points for quite a bit of the race, but I was thinking that we would gain 3 today because of the. But then I didn't, I guess, realize he led a lap. So I thought that we're going to, just chunk 3 off at a time. But I'm really looking forward to go to Phoenix. I love that track. A lot of good memories from there, and we'll just see what happens. I mean, we didn't lose any, and that's the key thing. If we can take 1 or 2 off the following weekend, that really puts the pressure on that. He doesn't just have to finish within a couple spots of us. He's got to probably beat us.
Stan Creekmore again with RPM. Denny, was today's run at all a physical challenge, or is this a mark that you are feeling much better in being in the race car?
I'm feeling a lot better for sure. Definitely. It's good to kind of get repetitions, and really, I'm as loose after as I was before. So, really, like I've told you all for past month or so, it's definitely heading in the right direction, feeling a lot better, getting a better feel for the race car. So it's obviously translating into better performance.
Chris?
Chris Knight, CatchNotes.com, 1 for Denny and then 1 for Sam. Denny, Drew Herring gets in the car at Phoenix and Homestead. Can you talk a little bit about your relationship with him, and are you going to be there to coach him at all? And for Sam, did you feel like this is a place where you could capitalize on Austin Dillon, or did you feel like that you guys were going to be on equal fronts, and then have your performances lately equaled any phone calls regarding 2014?
As far as, with Drew, originally, I was hoping for Drew to get to run all 3 of these races, and he's done such a really great job for us at Joe Gibbs Racing that he deserves the shot. He deserves the opportunity. He's a guy that sponsors would love. So I think that he's going to be one of the future of our organization, and my relationship with him was. When I got brought along with Joe Gibbs Racing in 2005 or 6, and we had a lot of success early on, they asked me who's next, and Drew was really the next guy I could think of. We raced late models together, and he's just done an outstanding job. I've done some tests with him before. He's run the same speed I do, so he's good, and he'll show that these next 2 weeks, and I'm obviously going to be looking on, and anything he needs, obviously he knows how to get a hold of me.
As far as my answer goes, I didn't know if we were going to be able to do much here as far as being able to capitalize. Austin's been pretty good on the 1.5 miles, and especially some of the bumpier ones like here in Atlanta and Kentucky as well. And really, for most of the last 12 or 13 races, we've ran within 2 or 3 spots of each other almost the entire race. I might be 2 or 3 behind him, and then it switches around, and it just seems like I've been around the 3-car a lot the second half of the season. I feel like when coming into almost any of these races, I feel like I could will generally be racing around him for the majority of the race. As far as next year goes, I've talked to just about anybody that'll talk to me, and the unfortunate thing is there's still a lot of people that by the time I knew what was going on, it's late for a lot of things, and then the people that still have stuff open, they're looking for money to be able to fill it. So that's a kind of a different thing. For me, not at this point in time. I came over here because I wanted to be successful at this, and this is what I wanted to do. I don't have any interest in to go back to IndyCar at this point in time, and for me, it's really about how to try to make this work. And I've tried to sit down and justify a lot of things in my mind. And the one thing that keeps coming up to me is what's going to further my career. So maybe I don't find something full time for next year. I would rather be in something that at least I could run a couple races here and there and be competitive with, work hard to try to figure out how to be back full time in 2015, as opposed to getting something that I don't have any chance of winning with, and a good day would be 15th.
Question in front, Alana.